What is a computer? In its simplest form, a computer is just a system, and the system takes data and produces information from it. So data is inputted, some process is performed on it, and then it's outputted as information. We can also store data for later on from the process. So let's say we take a number like 6, process might be to multiply that by another number, output the answer, or we could store it for later on. And that's it. So what's the difference between hardware and software? Hardware is the physical thing, so the CPU, the motherboard, the hard drive, the scanner, the printer, everything that you can physically touch on the computer is hardware. Software is things like programs and apps or applications. The operating system, word processing, games, those sorts of things. We've got general purpose, dedicated and embedded system. So a general purpose machine is something that can do different things. So what we would have at home, maybe you play video games on it, maybe you go on the internet on it. You can do different things. You can turn your hand to a lot of different tasks. Dedicated systems do just perform one task, like controlling traffic lights or air traffic control. That's their only job. You're not going to be playing games on them. Embedded systems are computer systems that make up part of a bigger system. So the selecting what sort of wash you want on a washing machine, whether you're running colours or what temperature you're going to run it at, that's an embedded computer system inside the bigger system, or on a microwave, or on a smart TV. So when we're talking about computers, what makes them up? Okay, so we've got the case, which protects everything, but then we've got other hardware like the power supply, our CPU or the microprocessor. That's going to need a fan because it's getting hot, especially if we're overclocking and trying to make it do more clock cycles a second. We need a fan to cool it down. Our RAM, our random access memory, where we're storing things. Our video cards, our network cards or a NIC, our sound cards. Notice anything that plugs into the motherboard is usually called a card. So if you're struggling what an acronym is and you can't work out what the C is, it usually stands for a card. Motherboard, arguably one of the most important parts. Everything bolts onto that. Otherwise we'd have to have wires everywhere. And our hard disk drive or our secondary storage. These are the common things or components that make up a computer system.